Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome to Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I know we have kind of a lot of stuff running on the channel already, but this is the latest thing from Simogo, who they make very characterful games. There's a very a particular sort of style that comes along with their stuff, and most importantly, to me at least, they are the people who made Sayonara Wild Hearts, which was the game that dealt the final unignorable blow to my egg. So I feel like I owe them. Their new thing came out. I've been looking forward to this, and then in all the excitement around Hades 2, I just sort of forgot that it was really close, and it snuck out, and there's a ton of stuff happening. And you know what? We're just gonna play it anyway because heart Simogo, heart emoji is what I'm doing right now. So I don't really know anything about it aside from the fact that it's from them and it is a puzzle game of some kind. So without further ado, what do you say? Let's
go. Let's get into this.
Let's new game here.
Yeah, I'm excited. The first game you ever shared with me, was Sayonara Wild Hearts. So I'm interested in what these people do.
Okay, no, we are in already. This is not cinematic. Car. It's locked. I like this. This is cute. And we have some tampons. Okay. Probably we do not need to use those on the car. I guess let's check the glove compartment. There's an instruction booklet and a letter. No gun, though. Thank you for selecting the Lorelei and the Laser Eyes software. Please read this instruction booklet to ensure proper handling and maximum enjoyment. This symbol is your guarantee that Simogo has developed this product and as such meets our standards for great workmanship. The reference there obviously is the Nintendo seal of quality, right? This looks like it is about the dimensions of an NES manual page to me.
Okay.
Before playing, let's do it. I haven't started a game by reading the manual in a very long time. What really happened at this old hotel? Who are you? Who are the other visitors? The goal of this game is to find the truth. As above, so below. To get the most out of this game, play in a quiet and dimly lit environment with pen and paper at hand. Okay, that's fixable. If it comes up, we'll fix it. You have stuff. Okay. This game requires knowledge of real life systems like the 24-hour clock, Roman numerals, Arabic numbers, and other such-like concepts. I am familiar with numerals, certainly. Parts of this game deal with and depict sensitive subjects and themes, so player discretion is advised. That said, I imagine if it was really heavy stuff, they probably would have been more specific.
Yeah.
Game uses contextual controls, of which only the most common scenarios are outlined. We can walk around. If the player character walks in the direction pressed, if the player character has enough caffeine in her blood, she will instead run. Also used for various selection in menus and highlighting objects when in a zoomed-in perspective on an object. Directional input is used to control the magnifying glass cursor while viewing maps once found. I feel like, I have a mouse here. Whatever, it's fine. When pressing any button near an interactable object or other character, the player character will be able to interact and take contextual action. So there's effectively a button. Which was also true of Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Yeah.
When the player character is not in proximity of anything, pressing the button will allow her to introspect, which allows you to view various information you come across during your adventure. You can view information about the player character's status, needs, and health. You can also review how much of the truth has been recovered. A 100% truth recovery is not needed to complete the game. I'm very interested in where they're going with this. Every letter, document, note, and other information that is found throughout the game is stored in the player character's memory and can be retrieved and viewed at any time. Very convenient. We have, of course, an inventory, what we are currently carrying in our bag. Notes about each object's provenance, characteristics, and such can be viewed from here. Mental notes keeps track of things to do. So we have an objective list and a personal history. Keeps a chronological record of events which have occurred in the game. After finding a bite-size system, you will also be able to access it through the introspection screen. Very toaster Game Boy vibes, particularly with the visible vent marks and stuff. Computers are found throughout the game. That's how we save and load. This software does not automatically save your progress. Very unusual for a game in this day and age. Computers can also be used to load files from disks. It is recommended to save your game before loading unknown files. Also true in real life. You can use computers to find valuable information and statistics about your current playthrough.
You kids are spoiled these days. Back in my day, we had passwords, and they were like 16 characters long. That's how we saved our progress.
Throughout the game, you will find American dollars. The different rewards you can purchase with them are not required to complete the game. Spend your American dollars wisely. Their amount is finite. Again, this game is hewing maybe a little too close to real life for my comfort. In and around the hotel, you will encounter bolted shortcuts. Opening them is not required, but can make traversal quicker. A hint on how to unlock shortcuts is hidden within the hotel. Listen very carefully if a person wearing an owl mask speaks. If a revolver is raised, it means the game could be over if you do not answer correctly. You might not always have the required knowledge to solve a puzzle. Explore, observe, and make sure to check your memories. Okay. Oops, that's not the right button. There we go. A photo fell out of the instruction manual. Well, what does it look? That's, okay. It does appear to be some violence, or maybe a person has dropped some jam and then has slipped and fallen onto the jam. What about this letter? Syracuse, December 13th, 1962. As discussed, I am expecting your arrival at Hotel Litztiz Yar, maybe? On January 7th next year. The developers are Simogo's a Scandinavian company, I believe. I don't actually know, whence, but this project is my magnum opus, the mother goose of all birds. It is my firm belief that you can help me transcend the limitation of art for humans. We will put on a show for the eyes of the cosmos. R. Nero. It looks like Rinzo, maybe? Rinzo Nero?
Do you recognize that Latin they signed off with?
I do not. My Latin is pretty rough.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, are you sure is it not Italian?
Oh, maybe.
I kind of assumed it was Italian, given that the thing starts with Signora.
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Let's lock it back up. It may not matter, but just in case. Can I access the trunk specifically? Oh, I can access my face. Seems like maybe not. Yeah, okay. The car as a whole is the only interaction object. This sign has been erected by the National Heritage Board and is maintained by the Augenwaldberg Resident Association in consultation with the Augenwaldberg Culture Committee. Notice when we're getting stuff that we can see in our memory later, it's not saying that we've uncovered new information. It's saying memory recovered in the corner.
That's interesting.
The trees of this forest consist mainly of members of the Fagaceae family, including oaks, chestnuts, and beeches. Please report any instances of beech bark disease to the National Park Administration. Sadly, I wouldn't know it if I saw it. Also home to many species of animals, including wildcats, badgers, bats, deer, and wild boars, and Central Europe's largest colony of boreal owls, which is a pretty cool-looking kind of owl. Archaeological findings dating as far back as the Paleolithic era suggest that the grounds were considered holy. Today, because of its cultural history, it remains a favorite spot for artists, and countless films, books, and other works have been created or conceived here. For hundreds of years, the land was owned by the Schwarzwald family, of which the last member was renowned painter Renate Schwarzwald, maybe? After her tragic death, the state used the building as a home for the blind, after which the structure was sold and turned into the first hotel in the region. The origins of the mausoleum on the land is unknown. In fact, whether someone is buried inside or not has been a source of debate by local historians. The cemetery administration has refused exhumation. The site is home to a myriad of legends and mysteries. Reports of ghosts are plenty, and many visitors have tried to find a fabled treasure, but whether it has ever existed is unknown. What mysteries will you find here? Here on this map, right here. I'm going to find the treasure. Oh, it's too late to go back, and apparently that way is back. We're not doing that. We're not getting into that stuff. Okay, so real quick here, just out of curiosity, Our tampons were bought in a pharmacy in a town near the hotel, made out of absorbent cotton and wrapped in wax paper. Tampons were invented in the wow. This really is information about its
Okay.
provenance, huh? Were invented in the early 1930s and are designed to absorb blood and vaginal secretions during menstruation. The lack of an applicator suggests an origin which is not American. It was not uncommon for hygiene products to be wrapped in wax paper as late as the 1960s. Moon cycles and menstruation have historically been linked, and even today, many debunked myths about menstruation are widespread due to taboos, ignorance, and superstitions.
Huh.
I mean, the moon cycles thing makes sense, right? Because the
Yeah.
moon cycle and the average woman's menstrual cycle are like close to the same length, close-ish. It's interesting how pixelated the path is. How like modern our character model is walking on what seems like the ground from a much older game.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is locked, and I'm going to assume our car keys won't open it.
Are some aspects of this like the cutting to the purse and whatnot? Are these signifiers like references to games or eras of games I wouldn't be familiar with, or is it just a stylistic choice?
It's, I don't think that I can't think of a game where opening the inventory was accompanied by a little cut to animation like that, but it feels like something. It feels kind of Resident Evil-y, despite the fact that Resident Evil, as far as I'm aware, has never done that, and I have played most of the Resident Evil games. But it feels
Okay.
like something from that era.
Okay.
It's locked. There's a letter slot in the door. Tickets is scribbled in red paint below the slot. Well, I certainly don't have any tickets. All right, more stuff to unlock. I will say there's kind of like an era of console games that I'm not super familiar with, that I might be missing reference to. Oh, hi. What do you have? What? What's funny?
Nothing funny. I just
Oh my
a dog.
god, look at the cute little... Look at his eyes.
Oh,
Buddy. Here, that's for me, yeah? Let's read the letter. Our mystery starts in previous correspondence. Find the year, 1962. It was underlined in red. Oh, I should have examined his collar. Now that he's done with his job, he's off. We'll have to inspect it in the future. So, is there like a keypad here? Not here. Perhaps here. Looks like a combination lock on the door, maybe. I can't turn things the other way because there's only one interact button. Maybe not, because I can't. I have no button to like try. It's just okay. Shoot, how do I actually back out of this? Oh, here we go. I had to select the. Okay. Was I wrong? Was that letter not? Nope, not these. My photographic memory. Letters. Expecting your arrival on January 7th of next year. Not the letter, not the
okay.
year on the letter, but the year that it is now, I guess, is what they want. That's a little tricksy. There we go. They did underline next year. In a way, they couldn't have made it clearer. Okay, so the save object having a bright red screen on it is absolutely a reference to Silent Hill.
Okay. That's the other big game of that sort.
Yeah. Maybe this is, I mean, it certainly is taking some pains to suggest that it is a survival horror game. There was that thing about the revolver and whatnot. A little bit more of a survival horror than I thought, perhaps. Huh, we can see our current temperature and our bladder level. So what do we have here? We have a calculator. We have the ability to install games. We do not have any games. Hold on, I'm testing it. Shoot, Amabel, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Everything checks out here. We're on
Hang
it.
on. Can you go back to the calculator real quick?
Not quick,
Okay.
no, but I can go
Can
back
you
to it.
can you divide 1 by 3?
Okay.
Now, can you multiply that by 3?
All right.
Okay. I have the information I wanted. Thank you.
Okay. All right. An electrical cabinet with another 4-tumbler combination lock on it. I do not know what this could possibly be, but we're going to try both 1962 and 1963 just to see.
Okay, if that doesn't work, can you try... What's that number that people use a lot in games?
You want me to try 0451?
Yeah.
Okay, why not? It is going to take a second because of the limited interaction model. You did have to choose a number where it's like every digit is just below the digit I have on here.
That's why I did it.
Okay.
Okay, that's not it.
It's
Okay.
not also an IMSIM on top of everything else.
Well, we're narrowing it down.
Among handwritten notes like lock, gate, feed dog, and right handwritten notes, there is a typed letter. Signora, you were, as expected, clever like the mouse who finds the fresh carrot among moldy cheese. Forgive the strange welcome with a locked gate and a black dog. We have to be sure to keep uninvited guests away. Meet me inside. Our journey 116 years back in time is about to begin. The past is the key to the future.
Okay, I
Buona
want you to open
fortuna.
up the calculator.
Okay. All right. I could, yeah.
Okay, do 1962.
1960, yeah.
And then minus...
63, surely.
Oh, yeah, minus 116.
Yeah, this I feel like you could just do in your head, but okay. 1847.
I could not. You might be able to.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Oh, okay. If I just hold the button down, it does rotate them a little bit faster, which is nice. Okay. What have we? Oh, I don't know if we should touch any of this. Well, I guess actually no, it's telling us what it wants. All right.
Is it?
Yeah, it wants to equal 2014, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is just actual like math. Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, we can rule out starting with 2287 since it's just addition.
Yeah.
1539 plus 472 would be like 2000. That's too much. And anything else is going to be way too short. So I think we want to start at 1033.
Okay.
No, wait, this isn't right. I mean, did I do math wrong? Do I need the calculator?
Okay. So 1539.
Yeah.
Okay. I have pen and paper.
Okay.
Okay. And 900 is too much. 472, carry the 1 is 2011.
Yeah.
So that's... You did it.
I did it. Can
That
I tell
was
you?
no help at all.
Can I tell you what I did rather than actually doing all the math? I just looked at the ones digit. There were not a lot of ways to make a number ending with 4.
Oh, you're very smart.
Thank you. Can we open this? Nope, it's bolted from the other side, and we don't know how to deal with that yet. Note the security cameras.
Yeah.
If it's 1963, those are probably not like motion sensor following us kind of cameras, right? That's probably being operated by somebody. Puppy! Oh, puppy. You are so friggin' adorable. Oh my god. It reminds me this dog reminds me a great deal. Okay, listen, I love that there is a pet the dog button. I'm not upset about that, but I don't seem to be able to examine the collar anymore, and that is actually bothering me. Like there's a something on the front of the collar, and we can't see what it says. Also, they put a lot of pet the dog animations in this game, and I think
Yeah.
that's very good.
You were saying something about the dog, though, before you started petting it.
Oh, the dog reminds me a lot of a dog my aunt had when I was a child, which may be
Ah,
part of the reason I am having such a strong reaction. This is Dreamer.
that's such a good song.
This is Magician.
I don't know that one.
Well, Magician, of course, famously, is a boss in the House of the Dead games. Artist and creator. Huh. Oh, wait. The dog is sniffing. Oh, the dog is thirsty.
What a good pop.
It is dramatically decreasing the dread atmosphere of the game that there's just like a good lovable pup walking around this area.
Yeah.
And to be clear, that's not a complaint. I thought this kind of looks like a gate here, but it doesn't highlight, so. Yeah, in fact, it doesn't seem like there's a way down there. I guess you get down there from that balcony above, dropping the ladder, huh?
This kind of fixed camera stuff is very.
This is very Resident Evil, old school Resident Evil for sure, yeah. $1 American. Rad.
Are the controls
No,
tank-like?
no, this is not. We're not playing with tank controls. These controls are camera relative.
Okay.
Excuse me, dog. The dog has collision and is capable of preventing me from advancing in directions. Hold on, before we go into the hotel, I do see the bloody footprint, by the way, and we will look at it. But also, I'm going to touch every object outdoors first. $1. Hell yeah.
An American dollar.
It is weird that they're American dollars, given where we are. That just occurred to me, because I'm a brilliant puzzle game detective. Okay. So, bloody shoe prints, it looks like, not footprints. Well, I mean, okay, this doesn't have that many iterations, but it certainly has a few. We could force it. I'm assuming the door simply will not open.
Okay, can we look at the keypad again?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, there's the number of blood splotches.
yeah.
That's a good point. It is an area that was designed to be a puzzle, right? So,
Yeah. And I helped.
I mean, you basically solved it. Really interesting how the exits from the room are denoted so clearly on the floor.
Mm.
There's someone talking in there. You want to change the title to Laser Eyes? More action? Have you even read what I sent you, Mr. Bob Hamburger? Is there someone with a soul I can talk to instead? I'm not being rude. If anything, I'm being too polite.
Bob Hamburger. Writing
Yes,
it down.
yes, make a note of that. There is still someone in there. It does say private. It would be rude to knock. They sound very upset. Okay. I was curious if we would keep getting different text describing the someone being in there. There are notices about events and happenings at the hotel. Quite a few, in fact. Missing script pages. Has anybody seen my lost pages last seen in my typewriter January 13th? The content has personal value. There is a substantial reward for finding all 9 of them. Please deliver them personally. I am staying in room 1963. Curious. Okay. 9 pages for a script.
Cosmic personal pages for a script.
Yeah. Might be Thomas Zane. Notice about the exhibition. Among the many portraits, lithographs, and sculptures in the collection of Hotel Let's Yard, I should just go ahead and figure out how that's pronounced. Guests and visitors are welcome to visit the exhibition hall on the 2nd floor. We are proud to currently be hosting the absorbing mixed media work of Lorelei Weiss, as well as our standing showing of Renate Schwarzwald's Himmelskörper paintings. Himmelskörper. There's something written on the back of this note. 2nd floor, open to the enlightened. Have you taken the challenge of knowledge and are ready to step out into a world of true art? Are you the foretold Nocens Mulier? We welcome you, the real connoisseur, to see it all in the Red Gallery on the 2nd floor. Okay.
How are you doing that?
Slowly. How's your German? You know what? Can you make sense of Himmelskörper? Corp is like a group, right?
Yeah, it can
Does
be.
It have? Does it? I don't even know if corp has like an explicitly military meaning or if it just means like group.
My German is not
Okay, fair enough.
great.
Let's check out this notice about the ghost tour. In the backyard, sign up required. Brave the haunted dark nooks and crannies of the hotel and soak up the atmosphere of centuries past. Our nightly ghost tour is exclusive to our bravest guests, as the old building is home to a wide variety of spirits, good and bad. Most famously, the Countess, who is said to stalk the hallways in search of her eyes. And who knows, perhaps you will also be invited to find and enter the many hidden passages on the tour. Please observe that pre-registration is required. Children are only allowed in the company of an adult.
Himmel is like heaven.
Okay.
Got because like got in Himmel.
So
sure. Heaven corper.
Okay.
Do you think it means like corpse?
No.
Like heaven corpse?
No, I don't think so. Fortune telling and magic show. Locations TBA, free for hotel guests. Since its opening, the mystery of magic and fortune telling has been synonymous with this hotel. Our guests can meet with the local mystic or enjoy his mysterious magic show, but be aware, he always has a trick up his sleeve. That's a weird place to keep it.
Yeah.
Quiz night, secret location only for members. Feeling knowledgeable? Try joining the secret quiz club. Knowledgeable. Being knowledgeable is something that the backwards letter was harping on quite strongly. This hotel is the proud home of Europe's most trying trivia nights. How trying? Well, try finding it, asshole. To those who find their way to the hallways of wisdom, we promise an elite quiz which will challenge your awareness and perhaps even put your survival skills to the test. Cool. It's Quiz Bowl, but they shoot you if you get the answers wrong. Notice about lost document tubes. Has anyone seen our document tubes? Please come by our temporary studio in the basement if you know of their whereabouts. Thank you. Interesting. And here, a phonograph. Maybe I should have started the music earlier, so we could listen to it while we were doing other things. That painting behind the phonograph is of an elephant wearing a sort of a bowler. That's curious. I can't seem to find a way behind this desk, but it sure looks like there's a combination lock on that cabinet back there.
Yeah.
And you know how this game loves to have us combination lock. Notice, elevator is out of service. We apologize for the inconvenience. The telephone number has been blooded out. Terrifying. Hey, espresso, this is how we run. I'm not spending money on espresso. Come on now.
I like that money is an inventory item you gotta take out.
I mean, maybe it doesn't want my money. Maybe it wants, espresso mix or a cup or something. Because there don't seem to be any mugs here.
Hmm.
Hey, what a shock. The elevator's out of order. Plus. A plus sign lithograph. That is indeed the word plus. Okay. So the Ace of Hearts plus what now? A terrible animal? Huh. Terrible animal. This could not be referring to our friend, the adorable hound.
No.
That, if anything, that dog is the opposite of horrible. Terrible. That dog is the opposite of no good and very bad.
Yeah.
Ooh, a capsule toy machine. Nostalgia figurines, $1. Collect all 20. Okay. Well, maybe we'll come back. That thing makes a lot of noise. Those capsule machines they're not usually like electrical. Door to the water closet. We do not get to explore the water closet. Wash hands.
Always wash hands.
Come on now.
Unless there's a puzzle.
Yeah. There's a puzzle for which it is tremendously important that our hands are covered in urine. A shredded poster for Lorenzo the Great. Okay, and we just took a picture of it rather than trying to reassemble it. So I'm assuming it's depicting a figure or a map or something if it's arranged correctly.
Yeah.
And that's certainly something we can do with just like with a pencil and paper is figure out what the correct figure is. Or even more easily, the photo editing software.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be a lot else going on down in this alcove. Hey, a document tube. Presumably, this is not the document tube that person was looking for, right? This is one that's already in the basement. There are a lot of early sketches and notes on this drawing board. One module cost 20. Modern design proposal, inexpensive materials, economic construction, low-priced interior. Any hidden costs? Modular room design. Project team said their cranes cannot rotate modules. Supplier only has one of each module in stock. What is the least expensive option? Simple room design. Constructors said our measurements do not make sense. Recalculate the area. It's interesting that that question mark is upside down. Component-based mansion design. Available components and prices. Remember to report cost to client. So we're going to end up with a bunch of different numbers here, like a large number of different numbers, right? Because this is going to be oh boy. Assuming they're not doing anything really wacky with the perspective with that one tower that's kind of in front of the bits. This is like what, 3, 6,
11.
9, like 13 modules, maybe?
Okay.
For a cost of 260.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right, because it's like 3 laying down, 3 standing up, 3 laying down, and then 2 towers of 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Modern design proposal. Interesting that north is the right edge of the paper. That's unusual. Inexpensive materials, economic construction, low price interior. Any hidden costs? Is it 761? If you turn this so that north is upward, the shape of the rooms kind of looks like a 761.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, we're going to end up getting like 5 3-digit numbers here. And I guess we just try them all on the document tube.
Well, let's try 761.
Well, you have paper, right? Are you writing these down?
I wrote down 761, and then...
Okay. This is going to be like 260, I think. Unless there's something tricksy going on.
Okay.
Okay, modular room design. Least expensive option. Cranes cannot rotate modules. Supplier only has one of each module in stock. So if we understand this shape here at the top left, like the tall part is two boxes wide, right? It's 2 units, and the thing as a whole is 4 units tall, and then like that the long side is like 5 units, right?
Okay.
That's what
Yes.
it seems like to me.
Okay.
So does putting the 315 shape on top of the top right of the 665 shape not give us exactly what we're looking for?
I mean, I think that does it.
That does look right. It feels like it shouldn't be right given the complexity.
Well, 315 plus 665 is.
So that would be under
Can
here.
you pull out the calculator, sweetheart?
No. 1, 2, 3. The thing is, if you lay the 110
980.
shape right next to the 425 shape, and then put the 315 shape to the left of that, is that not also right? I guess it's looking for the least expensive option. It's not looking for the one correct option.
Okay. So that's
So
that one
the
is
other one was like is 980, right?
80. Yeah.
Okay.
And then this
315 plus 425 is 740, so 850. That would be 850. That's better. Is there another way to build this that's even better? Unrotatable makes it pretty simple. There's not really a lot of options available to us. In fact, are those the only two?
I think so.
Okay. All right. 850. That's an important note. This is just 9 times 81, which is going to be 729, right?
Okay.
Please make a note of that. I can do the math. Oh no, it's not 9 times 81. The diagram's upside down. That's why it's a question mark. It's 6 times 18.
Yeah.
I see it. I corrected myself. I caught it.
And 6 times 18 is.
It's 108.
Okay.
And component-based mansion design. This is, in fact, how mansions work. So the left side is the 195, I think. Right? It's the correct number of windows. It's got a little spire on the middle tower, but not on the far left tower.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, what's the difference between 195 and 330? 330 doesn't have a door. Never mind. We need the door. 195 is right.
All right.
And then that means that not 500, that's the wrong number of. Is it 275? Does that look right to you?
It does. Can you go back some screens after this?
What's the difference between 275 and 85? They both have the right number of spires. They both have. What is the difference between the 275 and the 85?
Is the 85 one taller?
I don't know. That's not one of the differences that really like.
I mean, but like, it looks taller. It looks like where the kind of curvy shape that starts to curve, it's higher up than where it is on the diagram, where it is on the 275. You know?
Maybe.
Because you see...
The thing is, like, those aren't the kinds of differences in any of the other drawings, right? It's always like the number of windows is wrong, or the spire is on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But you're right that I don't see one of those. I don't see one of those more Slylock Fox type differences.
Yeah.
No, you're totally right. Yeah, the far right tower is the wrong height
Okay.
in the 85.
Can you
So
go?
it's 275 plus 95, 195.
Okay, can you go back to the previous screen real quick for me?
So 470.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
What do you
that's
need?
Andre Juan.
Oh,
Because there's a label on the thing. I forgot which label it was. And then the third
that's
one,
that's a
the label
good
for each of
eye.
these.
Yeah, good eye. Lofavinden. That's the name that's on the case next to us.
Okay.
Kel Trediev and First. Okay.
Video first.
Yeah, really good eye there, sweetie.
Thank you.
Okay, so this one,
Okay.
470, we reckon, is the
Yeah.
code. No, this is Kel. Never mind, I was wrong. Which one's Kel?
Okay. It's the 8. Is it the 850 or the? No, it's the 980.
Okay. A surprising amount of uncertainty. That is not correct.
Okay, then that might be the 850.
Okay. Kel was this, yeah, which is 850. Again, no way to go down in numbers, unfortunately. There we go. Yeah, good looking out. I would not have noticed the names right away. It is a blueprint of part of the hotel schematic. The cellar of the hotel is the home of a modern kitchen, a wine cellar, a cutting-edge toilet for all kinds of needs. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And a space fit for a lounge with a pool table. The old prison cell, which was previously only reachable from the outside, has been kept, but a shortcut leading to the elevator hallway has been added for convenience. Stairs from the elevator room lead to a space which has not yet been excavated, but this space deep below could be used to hide the most valuable secrets in the future. Okay, so the doors that say bolted from the other side have SC on them, right? These are the shortcut doors.
Yeah.
We're being given a scale for the rooms, which I'm sure is going to matter. Right? It has to be. This is like the only piece of information that this actually gives us.
Yeah.
Well, that and the fact that there should be another room past the room that we're in, which I did not notice. And also, what is the meaning of the scissors?
I don't know. Oh no, it was gonna be that like that other the scissor guy.
Yeah, this also it's clock tower, in case you weren't aware. The scissors in the room that we've been in are in the location of the cut up poster, right?
Oh.
So maybe this is a map to some of the puzzles. Let's see the capsule machine.
Maybe.
The capsule machine is drawn on it here. And we're given a scale for the width of the whole hotel as well, which is interesting. Well, I guess, yeah, this doorway is right here, isn't it? Okay. I think we've got everything in this chamber. Oh, I missed the thing, and indeed, shredded poster. What do you know? This is a different poster for the same guy. Interesting. Don't know what to make of those yet.
Yeah.
And we're not allowed to interact with anything else in here. Have you noticed like the way the floor, the texture on the floor tiles is made up of like chopped up pieces of a different floor?
Yeah, that's a choice.
I was noticing that upstairs too. Very curious. All right, what's up these stairs? There's going to be a long phase here at the beginning where we're just like walking around and looking at everything. Biographies have been torn out from the shelf. The life and times of Lorelei Weiss. The pages are torn out. Ah, and here's our terrible animal, Renzo Nero. Most of the book is covered in red paint, but a few pages and paragraphs are still readable. Given the recurring themes of gambling, Nero's comment about cards in a 1960s interview in Technic and Photography comes as no surprise. There is magic in cards. My childhood friend Gino could do things with cards that I have never seen since. He was good with tricks. Little Gino, il bruto, a horrible gambler. He never realized that in order to win, you have to cheat. He was a simple boy who relied on luck, but the game is rigged. Cheating is part of the game. The occult always had a hold on Nero. From his scrapbooks, and indeed his work, which often included elements like crystal gazing, tarots, and such, we can surmise that he was particularly interested in soothsaying. He once said to Claudia Piccini, editor on The Etymologist's Dream, that he did not need to see the finished cut. He had already seen the whole film in a prophetic vision. That seems handy. You'll probably save a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
He often said in interviews that he did not believe in fate, but to friends he often spoke about different methods to see the future. Contradictions are contrary to my beliefs, he famously wrote to his worst critic, Paul Dumont. Nero's relationship with money was complex. He would often gamble and frequently said that magic and money walk side by side in art. Yet he would contradictively as often claim that money stifled creativity, calling it a red man-eating beast. Whenever he had won big, he would buy a new black suit and gladly spend money on diffuse creative endeavors which were often left unfinished. He would frequently donate money to a local dog shelter, since there were no anti-cat shelters to be found.
Oof.
Several friends and acquaintances have told stories about how Nero would carry around large amounts of cash in grocery bags, or just in his pockets, which would often result in him misplacing or losing them altogether. Besides the technical aspects, Nero had little interest in the historical spectacles created in Cineterzo. The apparatus was too big to create anything which would not be controlled by outside forces. In one of Nero's many manifests, there is a satirical proposal claiming that only dictators should be allowed to direct films. The holiness of creative control is a recurring theme in Nero's scribblings and work. As time passed, his opinion would swing, and he instead regarded being out of control as the only viable way to create art. Surrendering to the ether, Nero calls it in another manifest. Nero's time at Cineterzo is rarely spoken of, but he spoke of it briefly and admittedly vaguely in a 1959 interview with Swedish TV's Lars Halland. I heard the whispers in the stomach of the behemoth Cineterzo, the old vanguard, survivors from the silent era. I knew that there was an ancient conspiracy. I wanted in. Nero hated distinctions and swung like a pendulum between art house and exploitation. Yet the majority of his body of work isn't entirely inaccessible. A Dog Like All Other Dogs is still frequently aired on TV in Italy and Germany, and Automobile is constantly screened at cult movie festivals. His work has found an audience, but un animal terrible, terrible, is it? Because you'd say terrible in French, but in French it doesn't have a vowel between the B and the L. Definitely ended his already limited commercial appeal. Nero had crossed the line between eccentric and madman, and the distributor abandoned the film after its initial premiere. The first and only Cinema Sostenuto project was a Trojan horse. An American studio, likely not too familiar with his earlier work, had been convinced that Nero could create a cheap Gothic horror film, which was in vogue at the time. Had they read Nero's attached manifest, it is unlikely they would have given him assent. An early draft of the proposal suggested, hopefully jokingly, that the audience should be lined up and shot after each screening. He had a great interest in technique, and his friend Kaya Gatz remembers their visit to the Electronic Art Symposium well. He called the whole exhibition a one-potato meal, but he kept coming back to Weiss's parodic computer, which failed at every task given. It aligned well with his thoughts about machines surpassing humans, while still being inept at everything since they were built by morons. He called Weiss a woman with laser eyes, and said that he already knew they would soon work together. Okay, that's a lot of information.
Yeah.
So at first I thought the title of this thing was saying that Nero himself was the terrible animal, but it apparently is the name of a film that he made. ended his commercial appeal, at least in Italy. What do you think about all this? You have way more familiarity than I do with film in this time period, and particularly with like European film in this time period.
Yeah, I'm not really. I really can't. The I'm not really sure what like it feels of a piece with like Italian films of the period, like something like that could exist, but it doesn't feel like it has like a clear analog or anything.
Okay.
Other than maybe if it wasn't like early '60s, I would say like it has like a Pasolini vibe, but Pasolini's stuff is really like more like late '60s and the '70s.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure. I'm interested to find out more.
Also, I think it's interesting that despite the fact that we can see red splotches on the books on the shelf there, I'm not allowed to interact with the books on that shelf at all. It's just the stuff that's on the floor. All right, let's see about these books. Books about language. Oh, hey, useful Latin phrases. You are right, it is Latin. Ab imo pictore, from the deepest chest, like from the bottom of my heart. Ars longa, vita brevis, art is long, life is short. Ore sacra fames, maybe? A cursed hunger for gold. Let me just right now tell you, I do not know how to read Latin. I am guessing based on what I know about how to read French and Italian, more or less.
Yeah, I haven't read Latin in years, and I did so very poorly.
Okay, these are all pretty well known. Memento Mortem, in particular, to people who played Return of the Obra Dinn. Factum Fury, infectum non potest, it cannot be undone. Men generally believe what they want to, and maybe one day it will be joyful to remember even these things. Interesting. Write like a philosopher, the Greek alphabet. We do, this is information that we probably already know, but good to have it written down here. International cartography. The words for the cardinal and subcardinal directions in various languages. Probably good to have. Although I don't immediately know what we would use these for. Maybe we will find weird maps from other languages. S.C. Bolt's Number Puzzles, Volume 1.
Oh boy.
Welcome to S.C. Bolt's Number Puzzles, Volume 1, your shortcut to a quicker brain. Get it, S.C. Bolt? This collection of my original number conundrums range from beginner to intermediate. Each puzzle can always be answered with a number between 0 and 99, and are all sure to challenge your gray cells. I hope this book will both entertain and train your intellect. Dr. S.C. Bolt, born 1949, has written over 200 puzzle books and constructed over 50,000 brain teasers and riddles. He is the director of the Puzzle Association of Denmark, and his puzzles have been published in all of the world's biggest publications. Okay, interesting. So we're going to get a number of puzzles here. Wow, quite a number of puzzles here, and it's not clear where we would use them yet. Interesting. Renata, Lorenzo, Lorelei, Renzo. Wow, this is actually... Okay, so there's 20 pages here. And for the moment, it's difficult to know what we would do with the answers. I mean, we can just pound through those and write down all the answers real quick.
Sure.
I mean, not real quick necessarily, but it can be done.
Yeah.
Let's look at the other books first.
Okay.
TikTok, timekeeping systems. Unlike the 24-hour system, the superior 24-hour clock system is divided into 24 hours counting from midnight to midnight. For example, 0 is midnight. I don't know how to read that. Like, do you say 00? Do you say 0? My only experience with 24-hour time being spoken out loud is the way the American military does it, where I think you would say 100 hours for midnight.
Yeah, you would.
Sounds real weird. 2014 is 14 minutes past 8 in the evening, and 1847 is 47 minutes past 6 in the evening, and that's underlined in red for some reason. Counting with Roman numerals. The Roman numeral system uses these symbols. When using this system, one has to arrange them in different ways using addition and subtraction. 1963 and 1847 are specifically called out. 2014 is as well. This is the second time that we are seeing reference to each of these numbers, which is curious, but I don't know what to make of it. And strobogrammatics for beginners. A strobogrammatic is a rotationally symmetric ambigram. Oh, obviously.
I don't know what an ambigram is.
When written with most standard characters, a strobogrammatic number can be rotated 180 degrees and appear the same. Numbers like 8, 11, 69, and so on.
Nice.
And so on are all examples of strobogrammatic numbers. The most recent strobogrammatic years were 1881 and 1961. The next is as far away as 6009. Interesting that there's no underlines here, so maybe none of these numbers specifically are important, but maybe we will need to know the term strobogrammatic later. So let me tell you where I'm at here.
Okay.
We are 55 minutes into this episode, 56 really. Oh, hey, a phonograph. I suspect it's going to take us a bit to go through those puzzles. So maybe we just call this first episode right here. We can't actually save though, can we? All right, maybe this one's just going to be a little bit longer than. All right, hold on. Let me look over here.
I mean,
Where is the nearest computer? This room really feels like the entrance to the mansion in the first Resident Evil.
Not to shatter the illusion, but we could stop recording and you start recording the second episode that we'll post later.
Oh, sure. And yeah, obviously, but I'm thinking about like for our real world time and stuff. We're not that far from a computer. You know, let's run back to the computer that we do know about, which was where? Is the only computer we know about in the gatehouse?
Maybe.
All right. I'm going to end the episode here. We'll deal with it on our end. Books about numbers. That seems to be sort of the order of the day. That's going to be it for us for this episode. I'm very intrigued. I don't know what to think yet. I don't feel like anything has been proven to me just yet, but I'm very curious where this is all going. When you come back next time, we're going to solve some number puzzles, and then we're going to leave this room, and then we're going to solve some number puzzles. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.